Okay, so take 3. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's find the vertex form of the function. What you have to understand about vertex form, it's a form that's actually written this way. And the nice thing about this form, H and K is the vertex, and you're going to find out that the vertex is either the low point of a function or the high point of a function. Let's talk about that a little bit further. Now, we already know that A is 0.5. So I can already go ahead and plug 0.5 in. I also know from this observation that the graph is going to be pointing up. And the axis of symmetry is going to be wherever H is. Now, in order to find the axis of symmetry, in this case, or in other words, to find H, I need to make B equal to -6. And I need to make A equal to 0.5. The nice thing about this problem, the bottom is going to be 1 and the top is going to turn into +6. So we know H is going to be +6. And we also know that this bottom point is going to be +6. Let's find K. K would be the result of S of 6, because it's got to be the Y value here. That's going to lead to half of 6 squared minus 6 times 6 plus 19. That's going to lead to half of 6 squared is half of 36. That's 18. Subtract 36 plus 19. So K is going to be 1. So what that means is we're going to write the vertex form as we're going to write the vertex form as 0.5 x minus 6 squared plus 1. Well done. Then we're going to do the y-intercepts. The y-intercept, there's only one. It's always going to be S of 0. And I would plug it into the top. No, I would plug it into the top. That's going to be 19, because you have 2 expressions that equal 0, and then you have 19. So I'm going to go ahead and write 19. The x-intercepts, there's a lot of algebra involved with the x-intercepts. But here's what's going to happen if you tried to do algebra. I'm going to go ahead and go through the algebra anyway, just because you're going to need it for other problems. If you want the x-intercepts, you have to find any solutions of this that make it equal to 0. I can't factor this, so I'm going to try the quadratic formula. Now, if I do the quadratic formula, typically I'm going to get 2 answers. But in this particular case, negative b is 6. Now, negative 6 squared is going to be 36. I'm going to tell you that now. I might also be telling you this because I've recorded this a few times and I've had some struggles. This is going to be 2 times 0.5. Now the bottom's going to be 1, but here's what you're going to discover. The square root expression cannot exist. It's outside the domain. If you work all the math inside the square root, you're going to get a -2. So there's actually no solution to the x-intercepts. And the reason for the no solution, you're going to put no x-intercepts. And just note that the reason for that is because in the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac was negative. So I'm going to check the answer. Yes. The vertex would be going back to the vertex form, and according to what I saw, it's going to be 6-1. Excellent. Now, a lot of other things in this problem are going to be conceptual. We've already looked at the graph and saw that because A is positive, this is a minimum. And then you're going to use the minimum value, and it's 1. And the minimum value will always be the y value on the vertex. In the case of the range, I have to use the inequality signs, so it's all y. Now, because 1 is the minimum, I have to use the greater than or equal. And then I'm going to check the answer. Boy, there was a lot of words on that. So that's one example of what happened in homework 11. But the key thing you noticed here is how to do the vertex form.